I'm just on the phone to Mr. X. It won't be a minute. Hello.
Jody.
How you doing? What are you up to?
Yeah, I'm right, buddy. I'm at work.
Yeah, me too. I'm making a YouTube video at the moment, actually. Listen, do you remember you came over a couple of weeks ago? We drank quite a lot of wine, ate pizza and watched the Indy 500.
Yeah, we watched the wrong one.
Yeah, the wrong one. We got halfway through the 2018 race before we realised our mistake. That's how much red wine we'd had. Do you remember ordering a couple of matching watches that night?
No.
No, me neither. And yet here I am sitting with a box in front of me containing two identical timepieces.
Oh, God, what did we order?
Well, we bought a pair of Casios. Hello? Hello? Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch. Yes, that's right, Mr. X and I got a bit pissed and drunk bought a pair of watches a couple of weeks ago. Not for the first time either, if I'm being honest. I seem to remember ordering a Vostok Amphibia after a few vodkas a couple of years ago. It seemed like the right thing to do. Look, if you're not a drinker, good for you. You're probably healthier and wealthier and have a few less watches in your collection. I looked this up. It is a massive industry, drunk buying various things online. $40 billion a year plus spent in the US alone on drunk purchases. You wonder how much of that gets returned to sender when the package turns up unexpectedly on your doorstep some days later. I'm not sure this one is going anywhere though, to be honest. This was one Casio that I had my eye on for many a long month. What did Mr. X and I buy? Let's flip the camera and find out. So what did Mr. X and I drunkenly buy a couple of Fridays ago? We bought a pair of matching G-Shocks. Now, I needed another Casio like I need a hole in the head. I have got about 15 of them in the house at the moment. But believe it or not, I don't actually own a G-Shock. I've only owned two G-Shocks over the course of my life. Both of them have been the square 5600 ones, just the kind of base models. One of them I had for about a decade. In the end, unfortunately, it started eating batteries, so I dumped it. I then bought another one a couple of years ago, really for review on the channel, and flipped it fairly shortly thereafter. Just having too many Casios, alternative Casios in the house. What did I buy this time? Well, this one had been in my watch list for ages, like I said. It really is a bit of a honey. It is the DW5600BB-1DR. The colour, the all black, the stealth version. Look at that thing. Now, these are currently available on Amazon USA for just under $70 US. Now, that is a considerable premium over the standard model. The standard one shouldn't sting you more than about $45 US. But if I put a picture of the standard G-Shock 5600 next to this one, you can see why I spent the extra, why I ponied up for one of these stealthy models. I'm always going on about how Casio cover the dials in the spec lists. Not so in this case. It really is gorgeous looking. It is just the basic Casio module though. I believe it's a 322, what is it? A 3229 I think in this one. Stainless steel screw down case back, 200 meters water resistant, same with all of the other ones. Very simple and easy to operate. Flip through the modes, so we've got the day, the date and the month displayed on the main time with an AM PM indicator and the ticking clock. Through the modes, one press and we're into a single alarm, so you only get a single alarm with this one. Countdown timer, stopwatch, and back to the home time. Really not a lot of bells and whistles. I'll pop up, not quite a lume video here, but a shot in the dark so you can see what this one looks like illuminated. Kind of reminds me of the Timex Indiglo. It's got that kind of blue-green hue about it. Lasts for a couple of seconds when you depress that little button. Again, just frighteningly cool looking this watch for really not an awful lot of money. Let's get the time and date set and get this bad boy on wrist. And there it is, looking fantastic. One of the reasons why I haven't strayed away from these square G-Shocks is because these are just about the perfect size for me. Still pretty big, 43mm in diameter, about 14mm thick. I find the rest of the G-Shock range though just too big. One thing this watch does have in its favour though, in spite of those fairly considerable dimensions, is a lack of weight. only 54 grams, so really very nice and light. What happened there though, Casio? I guess they wanted to put a metal buckle and tang on this one rather than plastic like some of their lesser models. And it is kind of bead blasted, but it's not black. I don't intend to mod this one. You can replace these integrated resin bands. There's various adapters you can purchase to do that. People put them on NATOs and so on. I don't intend to do that, but I will be dumping that little buckle as soon as I can find an alternative. So if you're a G-Shock modder and you know where I can pick up a stealthy all black one, please leave me a comment and let me know. And that's it, one notch looser and a little bit higher up. Not the most legible digital display because it's the negative display, but a small price to pay for something that looks this good, I think. And it looks pretty fantastic when you take it outside as well. All right, I'm still in love with this one. Very much the honeymoon period, having just got it in this week. But it's clean in a way that you can't really say the same of most G-Shocks because they've taken a lot of the script off that dial. It just looks fantastic. Now on these integrated resin bands, it's kind of part of the G-Shock mechanism. If you drop the watch when it's not on your wrist, it will protect the module. They are quite chunky, but it does conform to the wrist, my 7-inch wrist. I think it wears pretty well on me. So no regrets on this drunk purchase then. I know a lot of drunken purchases end up back on eBay or wherever they came from, but not so in this case. This one was an inevitability. It just took a little bit of red wine to push me over the edge that night. Not sure how Mr. X feels about his latest purchase. I think this is his first Casio. I've gradually been introducing him to the brand. He's got one of my calculators on loan at the moment, so I'm sure he will enjoy this one for what it is. One of the best beater watches you can buy. Tough, reliable, not expensive, and oh so good looking. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.